Most people who have played GTA 5 seem to come to the conclusion that Michael is a snake, or at the very least a very bad friend. Me personally, I've always been a Michael fan since 2013. I love that man. And I think it was perfectly reasonable if, he had kids. Me personally, if I had kids, I would also try to move away not only from that life, but from Trevor, because even by GTA standards, Trevor is a psychopath, right? But there's also this one thing that never really made sense even to me, and it's why is Michael so terrified of Trevor hurting his family when Trevor had never really shown any ideation that he would. From what we see in the game, Trevor actually loves Tracy, he loves Jimmy, like he can even hang out with Jimmy. So why is Michael so scared? Is it all in his head? Or is it like some sort of justification that he's giving himself for like trying to essentially kill Trevor? But the real answer is actually cut content. If you somehow still care about GTA 5 and Big 2026 as much as I do, then you might know that Rockstar during production or maybe pre-production has actually changed quite a bit about our main protagonist. All three of them essentially were made to be less than they are now, and they were made to be more likable because Rockstar didn't think that a game with protagonists that are so unlikable would sell well. Michael, for example, was made to be less of an alcoholic, notably, and just less of an asshole.
I'm a better shot than you, Trevor. You know that. You're just so much as flinch, and your brains are gonna get blown out of your head.
And Trevor, despite the fact that Trevor is still a psychopath in the finished product, and I don't think he's very likable personally. If you want to hear my unpopular opinions on Trevor, I might make an actual video on that, but we're not talking about that now. But yes, Trevor was also changed, and me personally, I think he was supposed to be a lot more unpredictable, even more than he is now in the original concept for the game. So here's an original, this is not AI, this is actually voice acted by the actors. It's in the game files, it was just never animated, and given that it was voice acted, I think it was removed pretty late into game development.
Then I'll do it with glee. Or maybe when you're dead, I'll raise your son as my own.
I hope you do. I hope he turns out just like you. And after you're dead, I'll walk away, back to normality.
Oh, yeah.
So for some reason, they removed that. They didn't even remove it, they just cut down the scene at the graveyard, but they still made Michael paranoid about Trevor hurting his family, which I think is still, justified in the original game, but not many people think that. And I think that change is just very interesting because that change was made so that Trevor is a more likable protagonist. All three of them are more likable, right? But I think in the end what it did is made Michael so much more unlikable to people, which is interesting. And this actually isn't the only instance of Rockstar cutting out something from the game but still keeping references to it. Because for example, if we go back to that mission where Trevor and Michael were supposed to pretend to be a gay couple that was cut out, a reference to it is actually kept in the actual game because when the Chinese think that Michael and Trevor are dating, it's technically because of that mission.